Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I am very excited about today's topic because it's all about the chakras. As some of you know, I'm a metaphysician. I'm a Reiki master, healer, teacher, trauma touch therapist, many other energy healing modalities. Well, most of the basis for all of the energy modalities is the chakra system. The chakra system extends out quite a bit around the body, but before we get into all of that, I just wanted to remind all of you, if you haven't already, to please like our Facebook page and please subscribe if you're on our YouTube channel, because we have a lot of exciting content coming up, and I love to hear your comments and get your feedback. I've run into several people lately who mentioned that they like watching our videos, and they're not seeing them as much since we've switched our format to YouTube, and we're sharing the YouTube videos onto Facebook. So if you hit the subscribe button, if you're on YouTube and you want to hit that little bell notification next to the subscribe button, then you'll be notified each time that we post a new video, or as often as you want. I believe you can choose how often you want to get notifications. And if you're on our Facebook page, please click the like button, and if you click like or love on any of our videos, then that will also up it through the Facebook algorithm, so you'll be more likely to see our videos. So we would love to have you join us more, and I love hearing from people that I didn't even know watched our videos. It's so exciting to meet you in real life when I find you. So please do that for us and for yourself if you want to stay tuned. I really appreciate it. But on today's topic, so the chakra system, it's a very nice, a very interesting form of energy healing. So the energy field, and they've done all of this scientific testing, it's not hoodoo type of stuff that people used to think a long time ago. There are many studies on it. Actually, the University of Michigan is doing a study on Reiki, a 10-year study on Reiki, which will be great to see the findings of. But the chakras are a major component of the energy system. Most books that you read about the chakras will talk about the 7 major chakras. I like to focus on the 9 major chakras, which includes the feet, the knees, your root, and goes all the way up. So the energy field extends about 3 feet out from the body on most people. That's what's referred to as the aura, or the electromagnetic shield or electromagnetic field that goes all around your body. An aura is around everything that has life. If you take a Kirlian camera or any type of equipment that can photograph energy waves, and it's basically a hertz rate of an energy wave, then you'll see it around all animals, all trees, flowers, vegetables, anything that has life in it, you're going to see this energy field around. The human energy field, if somebody's sick, it tends to be a little bit more compressed into the body. It's a little bit dimmer, it's not quite as bright. If somebody is very healthy and full of life and full of vigor and just kind of, a bit more energetic, see, there's that word, energetic, their energy field is stronger. It's going to be extending out even farther from them. It's going to be a bit brighter. It's going to vibrate at a higher hertz rate if you have the equipment to detect it, or if you sense it with your hands, or if you do pendulum work, you can actually see the vibration swirling with the pendulum too. Many different ways, scientific and lay, that you can do to detect the energy field. And you can check your own chakras. If you use a pendulum, you can check your own chakras using a pendulum. See how wide the circle swings on your pendulum, and you can know if you're balanced, where you're weak, where you're stronger. So let's do an introduction of the chakras first, shall we? Every chakra out there has a symbol that goes with it. So this book is called The Book of Chakras by Ambika Walters, and I really like the way they laid out the symbols in here. I'm not going to go too much in depth in this right now, but we have the root chakra here. The root chakra is right at your hips. The sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown chakra. So you'll notice that each of these have a different symbol. Each of them have a different number of petals that go around the symbol, and each of them are a different color. Now, in addition to those chakras, I also really like to talk about the origin chakra. The origin chakra is the one that goes all around your feet, and so that connects with the meteorites and the asteroids. And that's kind of that origin of where we come from. It's that beyond space and time. If you're wanting to do astral travel, or if you're trying to travel to a space beyond space and time, you're trying to get answers of ancient wisdom or anything like that, then the feet chakra is where you're going to want to really focus your energy during your meditation. Dive deep into the energy in that. Also, if you feel like you're needing to be grounded, but not just to this earth, you need to be grounded and feel a bit more stable and feel like you're connected to where you came from, then really focus on the feet chakra. Now around the knees, it's a tiger's eye color. Each chakra has its own stone, each chakra has its own color, each chakra has its own note that it resonates with. And so around the knees it's considered universal protection. Now when we're all born in this life, we are all, if you think about life, it's very fragile. You know, when we as babies are born, when kittens, puppies, you know, all life when it's first coming up is very fragile. And it's quite remarkable how many of us make it to beyond that stage of fragility, and that's because of this universal protection layer. So as we're born, we are bringing forth with us a layer of protection from the other side, and we have, you know, angels watching over us. We have just a divine protection, whatever name or label you want to put it. Well, that's through the knees, you know, and I like to visualize that as an infinity sign that weaves in and out around the knees. So it's this universal protection of tiger's eye. You can visualize if you feel like you're needing a bit of protection, if you're getting ready to travel and you're a bit nervous, or if you have a situation with certain people that you're going to be around and you get a bit nervous, anything you're nervous about, visualize that tiger's eye floating around in an infinity sign around your knees. It will bring you calm, it will bring you peace, comfort, and protection too, that divine universal protection. Moving up, the next chakra is the root chakra. That's all around the hip area. And it's called the root because it's our root into this earth, our root into this planet. This is the chakra that has to do with your will to be here, your will to live, your thriving on this planet, your ability to function well too. So if you feel like you're somebody who gets a bit scattered, you're having a hard time organizing things, being able to pay bills on time or getting to places on time, things like that, then it's good to really meditate on the root chakra because that's all things connected to being here now. Now the lower chakras connect more with being here now, being stable in a body on this planet in the time that you're in and being able to function well on this planet. The upper chakras that we'll get into are all about spirituality, higher thought, being able to do healing, intuition, all of that. So you need balance in both of those. Some people get really excited about the upper chakras, and then just as I was mentioning with the root, they start to get where they're not on time ever for anything. Or they, which I noticed in myself as I started getting back into all of the energy work, I am having a harder time where I used to be extremely punctual. Now that I'm getting back into a lot of work in my higher chakras, I'm struggling with that. So that's where I'm needing to meditate more in the root chakra and being able to function well and be really organized with all of that. So that's where you focus on the root. Then in the root chakra is red, so you can focus on garnet, ruby, you know, any of your red stones. Red jasper is a good one. And then you move up to the sacral chakra next, which is the womb chakra. That's your creative center. So when you think about it, that's, you know, the womb in females, and it's that creative center, males and females. It's your creativity, it's your sexual ability, it's your ability to just find creative solutions in life. It contains all of that within that sacral chakra. And then you move up from there, and that's orange, so you can do like orange calcite if you're looking for a color to meditate with it, or a stone, any of the orange stones. Carnelian is really good for that, or you can do like an orange topaz too. Any of those stones are great to meditate if you're wanting to open your creativity or you're wanting to open any of those parts of you. Moving up from there is your solar plexus chakra, the sun chakra. This is kind of your main center point. So the sun is a great thing to meditate on if you're wanting to open your solar plexus. This is your I am center. This is your power center. Right above your, actually right where your actual stomach is. It's right above the belly button. It's your power, your ability to, speak for yourself, to take action for yourself. Not necessarily the speaking, but the taking action for yourself and feeling really confident and finding your passion. It's also the part that connects between the lower and the upper as far as mental and emotional. So emotional balance comes in your solar plexus chakra. Mental clarity also comes in your solar plexus chakra. Now, each of the chakras also have physical components. So they have emotional, physical, and spiritual components. So I've been talking a little bit about both, but this is also the area that controls blood sugar. So if you are having any issues with blood sugar, then you want to focus on meditating on the solar plexus chakra because it will help balance that out. Also digestion, if you have any digestion issues, then focus on meditating on that solar plexus chakra and it will help open that up and clear it out. And if you notice that you have issues in any of the specific chakras, then that chakra is going to be a little bit weaker. It won't be quite as strong as the others until you meditate and you fix it. But if you look at the chakras next to it, most likely one of them on either of the sides is probably going to be a bit stronger. So if you have, say, a weakness in your solar plexus, and that's where we're talking, you might feel that your creative center is really strong, or you might feel like your heart center is really strong, because going up from the solar plexus is the green of the heart chakra. And so this one, some people see it as green, some people see it as pink, and some people will use both. So you can use rose quartz and you can use green aventurine if you're using stones with the heart chakra. I often like to visualize pink roses with all the greenery around the roses representing the heart chakra. And that's your love center, obviously. It's the heart. That's one that most people are quite familiar with. It's also the bridge. Really, the solar plexus and the heart are both the bridge between the upper and the lower chakras. And so this is your ability to not only love others, but accept love from others, to feel love from others, to know that you are loved, not only by people, but divinely loved. You are loved by angels. You're probably loved by more people than you really even know. So many people aren't fully in touch with how much people love them and how much people care about them. And the ability that you have to love others is really dictated a lot by how much you love yourself. And that's what it really comes down to the most with the heart chakra, is that ability to really love yourself. So if you feel like you are wanting to strengthen your heart chakra, the first thing I recommend you do is to learn to love yourself. Love and accept yourself for who you are and for all of the parts of who you are, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of the facets. I was saying to somebody earlier, it's kind of a funny phrase, but I was saying people are like onions. We all have many layers. And so you have many layers of yourself. Peel those back and love all of those layers. Stop judging the layers, because the quickest way to diminish your aura and your chakras is to judge yourself. So stop judging yourself. Figure out if you want to make changes, fine, but love yourself for who you are, where you are right now. And meditating on the green and the pink of the heart chakra will help get you there. And then that's also, as I said, the bridge between the upper and the lower. A lot of people talk about the heart chakra just being the bridge, but I really see it's the heart and the solar plexus, because you have the mental and the emotional plus the love. That's the balance between the upper and the lower. So then you move from the heart chakra up to the throat chakra, and that's the blue color. So you can see, I often see sapphires as the throat chakra color, but you can also see lapis lazuli. Some people will prefer the lapis stone for the throat chakra. And this is your ability to speak clearly. So if you have a fear of public speaking, or if you feel like sometimes you can't get quite all the right words out, or if you feel like you don't want to speak your mind because you're afraid of what people might think of you, if you hold yourself back and you censor yourself, then meditating on the throat chakra is really what you need to do, because you should say what you mean, but say it with love. There's a difference when you say what you mean and you don't hold back, but you speak it with love and you speak it with non-judgment. Well, the people are going to appreciate what you say then, because it's not judgmental and it's, you're not trying to be negative, you're just speaking your truth, and you need to free yourself so that you can speak your truth. And so if you have any of those fears or reservations, meditate on the throat chakra. And another thing you can do with any of the chakras is, if you feel like you want to work on a certain color, start wearing that color. So if you want to find your voice, if you're looking to find your personal truth and you're trying to figure out what it is that you like, what means the most to you, what you want to bring out in yourself, then the throat chakra is where you want to go, because you need to voice it to yourself before you voice it to other people. And so learning your truth is meditating on that blue color. And so if you want to wear a lot of blue, then you're going to start to open up that chakra. And it's an interesting thing, if you go through your wardrobe and you see what colors you have the most of in your wardrobe, that's typically going to correlate to two things. It'll either be the chakras that you're strongest in, or the chakras that you're weakest in. And so it varies depending on each person. You might find both. You might have a couple colors in your wardrobe. You might have a lot of blue, since we're talking about the throat, and feel like you're always kind of afraid to say what you really mean, or you're afraid to speak in public, or something to do with fear, or you're just not sure of what you want. If you're somebody who's very indecisive all the time, then the throat chakra again is where you need to focus, because it's learning to speak your own truth, even if it's just to yourself. So see what patterns you have in your wardrobe. Or you might be somebody who's a little too open in the throat chakra, and you say everything regardless of what it means to anybody or how it might affect them. And that's not so good either. You have to be careful and say it with love and say it with honesty and truthfulness, but finding that balance so you're not just laying everything out there regardless of outcome, but you're also not hindering and holding it all in either. So look at your wardrobe, see what colors, do you have a lot of green in your wardrobe, or do you have no green in your wardrobe? That's the other thing too. What are you missing in your wardrobe, and what do you have a lot of? And see how that would correlate to either you being really strong in that chakra or you needing some work in that chakra. So then we move up from the throat chakra to the third eye chakra. Now, for a lot of the types of people that watch these videos, probably I would guess a lot of them get more excited in the upper chakras, because that's where we have a lot of fun and play. But I just want to emphasize again, it's important to balance all of the chakras to be functioning at the maximum capacity. So the third eye is really fun, because this is the psychic chakra. This is the intuitive chakra. This is where, we've heard for many generations and civilizations of people where they've talked about the intuition that comes from the third eye. And so that's kind of, the pineal gland is at the heart of that. If you take a cross section in your brain and you look dead center from front to back and side to side, that's basically right at the third eye, but in the center of your head, and that's the pineal gland. And civilizations long ago have talked about the pineal gland as being where psychism comes from, or intuition comes from. And it would be interesting to see a study to measure the pineal gland in different people, because I know when I had an MRI some years ago, I found out that I have a mushroom over the pineal gland. It's like a small tumor basically, but benign, that is about 1.5 times as big the size as the actual gland itself. And it made me think, well, if this is the gland that's tied to all of that, I wonder how many people that are, very naturally intuitive, how many have something that's some kind of an abnormality that kind of triggers and activates that. Well, regardless of if you have anything on there, we all are intuitive, and everybody can trigger and activate that pineal gland, and you can activate that ability to have that second sight. And there's so many different activities and ways to practice that and to increase your own intuition, because we're all connected. We're all energy, and all energy, when you look at quantum physics, touches itself and can connect and go through time and space. On top of this being the psychic center, if you go down to the origin chakra, that's your grounding center for also getting into the psychic, because that's where I said ancient wisdom. If you're trying to look into ancient answers or capturing past lives or ancient civilization wisdom, things like that, then you're meditating on through the chakra, the origin chakra at your feet, but you're also activating this pineal chakra, the third eye chakra. So, and if you have any issues like with hormonal issues of the hormones that are started in the brain, that function through the brain, this is also a good one to meditate on, because each chakra has physiological ability too. So you would meditate on that chakra to open up and ask your body to produce the right amount of hormones for what you need. And then moving up from the
color and stone.
Oh yeah, and so the color, thank you. The color for the third eye chakra is like an alexandrite indigo. So it's kind of like a deep indigo, that deep blue that has purple in it. I often see it as an alexandrite stone because if you look at an alexandrite stone in the light, you'll see that it shifts from blue to purple, sometimes a little bit of green in there too. And same thing with that indigo, blue, purple. And it's interesting, I love that this one is a color changing chakra, because when you think about it, intuition is mystical, and stones that you can hold to the light and you see different colors feel very mystical to me. So it just feels like it fits, and so it's just very interesting. So anytime you want to focus on that chakra, I like to think of the alexandrite, but you can also think of any indigo types of stones as well. I'm losing sodalite is one of the stones that you can use for that as well, or lapis. Lapis is really the throat chakra, but it can also be used for the third eye as well. Amethyst is another one I use a lot for the third eye chakra, because amethyst is the truth stone. So we have a lot of amethyst in our house. Tends to keep people honest and truthful, and if you have it in your home, it will create that atmosphere, and it also increases intuition too. A more rare stone called trembolite is wonderful if you're trying to work on your intuition and you're trying to increase your intuition. It's a white colored stone that has a rough exterior to it. It's called trembolite, and it's amazing what it can do for opening you up. If you're trying to work on astral travel, tremolite is really good. You could do that along with alexandrite or any kind of an indigo stone and use them together. So when you're using the stones, you can either have them in front of you while you meditate, or better yet, hold them in your hands, or wear them on wire wrapped around your heart too. So and that will help increase it. Just having them in your energy field adds their energy to you. And then moving on to the third eye chakra, that's the crown chakra. Third eye chakra, crown chakra. Moving on from the third eye chakra to the crown chakra. The crown chakra is the divine chakra, so it's divine wisdom, divine divinity itself, just pouring into you. Often when I do the meditations, I start us off with drawing in that white light through the crown chakra, because that's the natural function of that chakra, is this brilliant white light. Some people will also see it as an amethyst colored light, like a light purple light. In Reiki, the main colors of Reiki are white, purple, and blue. And so once you get attuned to Reiki, often people will start to see white, purple, and blue coming in. So as you're meditating, you can even visualize the white light with ribbons of purple and blue. And then when you think about it, that's connecting those top three chakras together with those colors just kind of naturally intertwining. For the crown chakra, I usually either use amethyst or clear quartz. For myself, I use clear quartz basically all the time, but you can use amethyst for the third eye or for the crown chakra, depending on what feels best to you, what resonates at that time. Clear quartz is going to amplify any other stone that you use. Clear quartz can be programmed for any purpose that you want as well. So if you're wanting to meditate with it for the crown chakra, then you can just hold that clear quartz in your hand and just invite divinity into you, because you are part of the divine. The divine is within you. It's who you are. We are all gods and goddesses. And so when you draw in that brilliant white light through the crown chakra, you're just connecting yourself on this plane with your higher self, your all-knowing self, your intuitive, omniscient, everything self. And so you're linking those two together. And when you do that, you can be your most powerful person on this planet that you're here to be. And so it's a wonderful way to balance out all of it. And then on top of it, when you think about it, if you go back through the colors we discussed, it really makes a rainbow. So you start with the balancing of the polarities. So the origin chakra at your feet is black. It's that hematite, asteroids, obsidian, all of that is at the feet. And then right up at the opposite end is the white of the crown chakra, so you have your black and your white. And then you have the tiger's eye, which is like a coppery, orange, yellow, black stone. So it's got multiple colors running through that stone at the universal protection chakra around your knees. Directly opposite that is the third eye. Again, the mystical, multicolored chakra where you have that alexandrite or that indigo, the deep purple, deep blue, shifting colors. And those chakras will counter, they work with each other very well. And then when you go to the next one, you have the root chakra, which is the red, that will balance with the blue. Interesting that those are our patriotic colors too. And for a lot of countries, it's the red and the blue and the white. And so those will balance each other. And then you come to the heart chakra and the sacral chakra. So you have the orange and the green. Some people will see pink and green at the heart, but you have the orange and the green there. And then you come to that main bridge, which is the I am chakra, that sacral chakra, your power center, your main hub, the main bridge of all of it. I do talk about the heart being a bridge too, because that's the more common American thing to think of the chakras. A lot of Americans say that this is the bridge, but really it's your I am center, because your power center is the center of who you are. It's the sun chakra, and so it's that yellow color of the sun, just as the sun is the center of our whole solar system. That I am center, that sun solar plexus chakra, again, you have the name, and even it says it even in the name right there at the center. And so the way you have the rainbow is when you start with the root. You have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, white. So it makes it easier to remember that way. We are going to get a lot more into the chakras with the chakra class that we have coming up. We have one more meditation where we've been going through as a complimentary meditation at Right Natural Health Pharmacy on Monday evenings. We've been doing one chakra each week through the meditation and a little bit of a mini class with that on Monday evenings. We have the last one coming up this Monday. That's tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at Right Natural Health. That's 1260 South Linden Road in Flint. And we're going to be talking about the crown chakra, meditating, drawing in all that beautiful, wonderful, divine energy. After that, so the following Monday is when we're starting the classes. Classes are $20, and we're going to really get in depth with each class. It's going to be an hour for each chakra. We'll do one class for each chakra, and we're going to start with the root, and then we're going to work our way all the way up, and then we're going to end with the origin chakra and the universal protection chakra. So if you come to each of the classes, then the last class is going to be complimentary for you. And that full schedule will be on the Facebook page for Right Natural Health Pharmacy, or we will be posting it as we go on the Earth and Sky page and on my personal page as well. But I would love to have you join us, because we're going to talk about what notes are associated with each chakra, what foods are associated with each one. If you have any physical ailments, which chakra you need to focus on to balance yourself out, and so much more. There's so much information. As I said, each chakra we're going to spend about an hour on. So I hope you will join us there. And I appreciate you joining us this week. I am going to do a chakra meditation after this. So if you would like to see the chakra meditation and join us for a revitalizing meditation, then please click the link that will be just up above this on the page. Thank you and have a great day. And don't forget, please like our Facebook page and subscribe to us on YouTube.